from High Voltage. I really want to talk very quickly about the royal family. Very, very quickly, because I just had a thought, and sometimes I get a thought, and if I don't tape it, write it down right away, I'll forget. I was just commenting back to a comment. My favorite royal news channel is TNT UK. And if I miss any of her videos, like Ginny Lee Davis, and there's a lot of other people, not so much Candace Owens, because she's a multi-millionaire. So when she says she doesn't care about money, and she's talking about elites, well, she's kind of elite herself. And her husband is, practically from the aristocracy, so the monarchy and TNT UK. So TNT UK, and I'm not eye blocking because I think I'm better. When I close my eyes, I concentrate more efficiently. So I was listening to Emma, TNT UK, and she talks about the behavior of Meghan Markle and everything that's going on with them. And that's where I get a lot of information, and also from the royal grift. But I have my own thoughts. We live in a culture now where truth is more important than anything, and being authentic. But what is being authentic? You can't be something. You behave in ways that you project to the world. However, are they real and true? And I think people are thirsty for connection. People are thirsty to relate to each other. People are tired of authoritarian figures. People are tired of being lied to. People are tired. And I look at the royal family, and I look at Prince William, and I think about King Charles and Queen Elizabeth, and how unabashedly, Candace says things like, the elites are laughing in our faces. Well, so is the royal family. Do you know why? Because this is my opinion. Andrew Lowney wrote, or he's writing a book, or he finished a book about Prince Andrew and Mountbatten, and he wants to, I believe, I don't know if it's come out, but about King Charles and Mountbatten. And Mountbatten was King Charles's role model, hero. Hi. And so we as Canadians are part of the crown. The Americans talk about the crown and the royalty all the time. Meghan Markle is talked about ad nauseum. We all know what she's like. But the question is, where is it leading? What's the end game? Because Candace Owens talks about elites, but she is kind of an elite herself. But she's self-made. I don't know her whole story, and if I look at comments, I'm going to. I get distracted, and I'm not eye blocking because I think I'm better. I will lose concentration, okay? We're in a society where people are craving the truth, and that movie, The Invention of Lying with Ricky Gervais, there's no question that Hollywood does have a place in the Pentagon that movies are made by, I don't know what department in the government, but it's the truth. But the royal family, they're supposed to be the role models that we look up to. How can we look up to people when we know, and it's been highly documented, that people who hurt children were well known to be in the royal family? King Charles's role model was Mountbatten. He was a known, what was his name? The one in UK. He counseled Lady Diana and Prince Charles on their marriage, and look what happened. I really, really, you know, Prince Harry, why doesn't he talk about his ancestors? That would be more interesting. You know, I don't really, they're supposed to be a role model to us, but they don't tell us the truth. How long has King Charles been ill? They don't tell us the truth. And they hide what Candace Owens talks about all the time and what Sean Atwood talks about all the time, PDF files. And they go back in history, way back to William. No, I'm not married. Hi Boogeyman, hi Osama, hi there. I really hope that you like and subscribe, but I was just thinking about the royal family, and sometimes if I get a thought, if I don't think about it right away or tape it for a future video, and I'm just thinking, obviously out loud, you know, Kate, everybody thinks Kate is perfect. She's a human being. What does she know about the truth in the royal family? What did Diana know? Queen Elizabeth, how could she not know that Mountbatten used to be with teenage boys? And Prince Andrew is a scathing, apparently, in my opinion, a lunatic. And Jeffrey Epstein, why is his arm coming from the ground like Carrie? And Maria Farmer is, I just think the royal family is a bunch of hooey. I think it's just entertainment. I can't believe they get away with. I can't believe people in London and Scotland and Ireland fund this dynasty of privilege oh, how many royals are there really in the world? Could you and I really ever? How are they relatable? They can try to be relatable all they want, but they'll never be relatable. And if we stop talking about Meghan Markle, maybe mainstream media will stop talking about her, because you don't think mainstream media keeps their eye on what's going on YouTube? Hi, that's all I wanted to rant about, the royal family. And where is Prince William going to take the monarchy in the future? I want to know about, I would love to break down the royal family century by century, brick by brick, like a project. And why are these perversions? People think, oh, we're just talking about these things. Yeah, because they've been going on for centuries and centuries and centuries, since the dawn of time, and it won't stop unless we make it stop. And I get tired when people winch and complain, but they don't do anything about anything. I started this channel. I'm not going into it. I did yesterday. I did a live yesterday. It got some decent views for a small channel, and you can find it there. But this is a non-donation charity. I really want to do something for other people without black dark forces interfering in it. That's why I started it. When you suffer and nobody helps you, you can get out of it two ways. You get through it, or you become a monster and an abuser yourself, or you become way more empathic. It's the truth. And then, you know, an injury like this, right there, that's no joke. That is no joke. And when that happens